One of the big questions when buying a performance car is, do you cheap out and go for the lesser model with the smaller engine but leave a bit of room for modifications, or do you spend more in the first place and buy the larger engine model? There are numerous circumstances where this dilemma might present itself. The Golf GTI versus R32, Audi A4 versus S4, and Lexus IS350 versus ISF. The better model can cost 2 to 3 times more than the mainstream example with which it's based. But with modern reflash tuning and fantastic aftermarket support, these normal models can be made into supremely fast machines, potentially negating any need to buy the better model in the first place. And so today, with the help of this tuned BMW 320i, we're going to be seeing if you really need to spend the extra on the better model or whether tuning up the base model is the way to go. This is a run-of-the-mill F31 BMW 320i Touring, representing our tuned mainstream car with 135 kilowatt and 270 newton meters from the 2-litre turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. It's a far cry from its big brother, the 335i, which with a 3-litre 6-cylinder engine has over 90 kilowatt and 130 newton meters more than this. Naturally then, the only reason that you would buy this is because it's cheap. You can get one of these, even in M Sport trim like this, for around 10 grand, whereas the cheapest 335i I could spot was over double that. And that naturally is the first big advantage with the lesser model. They are cheaper to buy. If you're on a fairly small budget to begin with, the better model might even be completely out of the realm of possibility anyway. But if you do have extra cash to spend, then going for this means that you'll have a bit of cash left over for modifications. The second advantage is thanks to the engine being just 2/3 the size. It's a lot more fuel efficient too. My M135i, for instance, over the last year has been averaging right around 11 litres per 100k, whereas this is doing 8.1, which means if I'd been driving this over the last 15,000 kilometres rather than my M135, I would have saved over $1,000 in fuel. And at least in BMW's lineup, you're not missing out on any features either. With most German brands, the engine is not tied to the spec of the car, so you can very easily find a fully loaded 320i like this for less money and with more features than a 335i. It's got the fancy iDrive screen with Bluetooth and reversing camera, parking sensors, cruise control, automatic lights and wipers, electric memory seats with sporty blue stitching, the fantastic looking M3 style steering wheel, plus the big 19-inch wheels and timeless M Sport body kit on the outside. It's a fantastic looking car inside and out, despite the base model engine.
So it's cheaper to buy, has a perfectly acceptable amount of features and gets better fuel economy than the better model. But naturally the drive will never stack up because of course it barely has half the power of the 335.
But not so fast. One look at the number plates around will show that it's been tuned by Sutherland Performance, and firing it up reveals a sports exhaust. It's now making 200 kilowatt and 370 newton meters, right up there with the 335i. And as a result, the 0 to 100 time is really not far off its big brother. So at least in this example, the 320i is cheaper to buy, it's more fuel efficient, it's just as fast and just as well equipped. And to be honest, it's really not half bad to drive either. The handling is exactly the same as any better model BMW I've driven. It's still surprisingly quick. Happily revs right out to nearly 7,000 RPM. The transmission, as with all ZF8 cars, just does exactly what you ask, up and down gears. I guess the only thing I've noticed with this particular one is that you can tell the brakes are a little bit weaker. If you accelerate like mad, then you come into a corner a bit hot and you stamp on the pedal, ooh, it doesn't exactly stop in a hurry like larger braked M cars. But otherwise, it's just as comfortable, it handles just as well, changes direction beautifully, it looks just as good with all the M Sport kit, seats and steering wheel, and in the real world, it's just as fast. Yes, perhaps on paper it doesn't make quite as much power as my M135, but my butt dyno can't really tell the difference, if I'm honest, and it's certainly more than fast enough on a road like this to get you into plenty of trouble. However, there are three main ways that the larger engined equivalents strike back, and they strike back pretty hard. The first is sound. Yes, as far as 4 cylinders go, it's not a bad sounding engine, but it doesn't compare to that of a 6 or 8 cylinder. The larger engine cars also carry a lot more prestige. There's nothing worse than turning up to a car meet and seeing a bunch of clapped A4s trying to hang out with the S4s and RS4s. Everyone just kind of knows that they're just not the same. And same with this 320i. Yes, it has the nice 19-inch wheels and it has the M Sport body kit. So from a distance, it looks identical to a 335 or 340i. But when you walk around the back and see the 320i badge, most people will just go, oh, it's just a 320i, and it doesn't really matter how much tuning you've got under the bonnet and the sports exhaust and the intake, because well, it's just the base model, right? And the final nail in the coffin for the small engined counterparts is if, say, you spent a bit extra and bought a 335i and then saved up some more for a tune, a downpipe, an exhaust, an intake, all the same modifications that this car has, well, then you'd be talking a 500 horsepower monster, which would leave the fun but not particularly fast 270 horsepower tuned 320i in the dust. So the rationale for buying the larger engined vehicle is if you don't care about fuel economy and you want the prestige, plus you want the option to be able to make a hang of a lot more power should the need present itself. But there is something to be said for buying a base model car like this but tuning it up. You'll get much better fuel consumption. It's a lot cheaper to buy, so you can kind of stagger your expenses over time rather than having to dump 20 or 30 grand all down in one go. And with a tune and a few simple modifications, they can make for a fantastic drive. I can honestly say that this 320i drives just as well as my M135, and yet it costs probably half as much to buy and build. But what do you think? Would you rather have something like this, which is cheaper to buy and is a fantastic car, but no one is going to care what it is? Or would you rather have the proper 335i or M3 or whatever? Well, let me know down in the comments, and I'll look forward to seeing you again next time.